What's going on, everybody? Welcome to The Obsession. I'm Carl Bethke.
I'm Mike Stadler.
Mike, we got a question from a young hunter. I think it's his first year hunting this year.
Awesome.
And he said he wants to know what criteria we use when we decide to shoot a buck. So what happens when we decide we want to take a buck?
That's a good question. I don't know if I can answer it because I don't really have a criteria.
I think it's different for everybody anyway.
To me, it's if I see a deer come out or I'm watching a deer, I'll look at the antlers and be like,
Yes or
yep,
no?
yes or no.
Yeah.
And if it's yes, and I grab my bow, it's most likely going to happen.
Right.
I mean, granted, he gives me a shot because if he's going to give me a shot and I grab my bow, it's going to happen. I'm not counting points or going on spread, or
Right.
I don't do that. I guess it's just something that triggers, and I'm like, yes, that's a good deer. I'm going to try to take him.
Yes.
And I worry about all the rest of it later when I can put my hands on him. And not that I say I worry about it, but I'm like, I'll count what it is
Right.
when I have my hands on him because it doesn't matter to me at that point. I just know that I want to try to harvest that animal.
Yeah, and just like you, I'm the same way, basically. It doesn't take me very long to decide yes or no whether I'm going to take an animal.
Either.
I can look at it and go, yep, or nope, and I'm just filming it.
Yep.
I'll be honest, John, you need to shoot animals for you. If you want to shoot a buck, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. You know, that's all I would tell the youngest hunter. I mean, how many times have you... Mike and I have been doing this a long time. And we have filmed young hunters pass deer that we would shoot because what they seen on TV.
Yeah.
Never shot a buck before in his life, 140-inch deer standing there, and he's telling me, no, I'm not going to shoot, it's not big enough. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, this is what we watch on TV, you know? And that's just not, that's not how it is. If you see an animal come out, you're bow hunting, gun hunting, whatever you want to do, and you get excited about shooting that animal, then it's time to take that animal. And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, remember that. That's number one. Mike didn't shoot one of these deer to impress me or anybody else. He shot them because he wanted to shoot that deer. And you need to keep that in your head because I think outdoor television is promoting the wrong damn thing nowadays. And it's a big issue with me.
There's people that will never shoot a Pope and Young class 125-inch deer in their life.
No.
You know, and it's not because it's any fault of theirs.
No.
Maybe they just don't ever have that opportunity. So to pass that opportunity up and you think, it's not big enough because what's my buddy going to think? Who cares?
Right.
Get a different buddy.
It's easier to get a different buddy, yeah.
You know, and put a few of them under your belt, and then, if you want to set your sights at something different, then do that.
Yeah.
But don't be ashamed of shooting something if you think it's small.
Yeah.
It's a wild animal. It's out there. It's not wanting to die.
This is one thing I'm going to throw out there, and Mike will remember this distinctly because this individual is no longer part of the team. But we were mule deer hunting. Mike shot the biggest mule deer he ever shot in his entire life. Okay, so it took him 10 years to shoot this deer, or more. Maybe it might have been 12 that year. But anyhow, shoots the biggest deer of his entire life. I'm with this individual 2-3 days later. 150, 160-inch mule deer comes limping across the road in front of us. Crosses I say road, it's like a dirt trail. Deer stops well within bow range. I'm like, are you going to shoot that deer? And he says, is it bigger than the one Mike shot? I was so angry that I had to turn around and walk away from the individual. Because he's out there for the wrong reasons, and he's there to help represent a group of companies that we had signed contracts with, and he's worried about whether his deer is going to score more inches than the one Mike shot that took him 12 years to shoot. That's pathetic. Never, ever be that person. So
Yeah, you know, your first deer could be giant.
You
Could
know-
be 180 incher.
you know how big my first deer was, Mike? I think it scored like 70, maybe 60. Something.
Yeah,
It
mine
was an
was
8-pointer about that big.
Yeah, he's over there. He's a 10-pointer.
Yeah.
He's, you know, it's a small, like I call him, a basket, and I was pumped.
Oh yeah.
Jacked up. I shot him.
Oh yeah.
You know, first one ever with a bow, and you know, maybe your deer's big, maybe your deer's not big. Like, and that was at that lease we used to have.
Yeah.
There was big deer there,
Oh yeah.
but I'm like, I had an opportunity at a buck, and I had never shot one,
Took it.
and I took it.
Yep.
You know, and you know, I think the next one I shot was pretty big, and I think the one I shot after that then was smaller than the one I had shot. So it didn't matter to me,
Yeah.
you know, the size. It didn't. It was just an animal that I wanted to take, and I was proud of every one of them. I'm proud of every one of them I've ever taken.
Yep.
Biggest to smallest. There's no one that's better to me.
I can tell you every story
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
each one that's laying
So-
here.
Yeah, remember your stories and know why you did it. And I said, I think everyone will be a trophy for you.
100%.
You know, then you'll love the sport. That's what I would tell you to do.
That's what I would agree with 100%. That's probably the best way to describe it ever. So hopefully that helps you out, John. You know, shoot them for you. Don't shoot them for anybody else. It doesn't matter, you know, how big it is. If you want to hold out, hey, that's your choice too. I'm not going to tell you don't hold out.
Good luck out there, man.
We appreciate you listening. Thanks for the question, Johnny. Appreciate all you young guys getting into the sport. If you guys get a chance, hit subscribe and like here at the channel, Rush Outdoors, Wisconsin. We appreciate that. If you guys want to listen on the podcast, go to rss.com and search The Obsession. When you search The Obsession, all the podcasts should come up. I think there's 15 or 16 episodes up there currently. We'll be putting more up every week. We'll try to catch that all up to the podcast or even with where our videos are. So thanks again.
Thanks for checking us out, guys.